Okay, and we are go.
Hello again. Man, it's been a while since I've seen this screen.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what year did this game come out?
2017, so 3 years ago.
Wrong. This came out.
Oh yeah, you're right. Good point. Yeah, this completely new game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings, which contains spoilers? Why would I do that? No. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating to your region. That's kind of hard to read. Maybe there's a way to...
I got it on the computer.
Okay. That just sounds so weird.
Probably mute the computer.
60 frames per second.
We needed all this power to play this.
Let's make sure our settings are good. Yes, we're obviously going to be playing this in Italian.
Ah, yes.
There we go. Perfect. Perfect.
As long as you don't lose how to change the setting.
I see it. That's fine. We shall speak the universal language.
I've had to reset games before because of that. I changed the settings, and then I couldn't use the settings to figure out how to change them back.
Alright, so let's load our save file up here. No. Perfect. Alright, let's actually play the game. Please enter your name. Oh, shoot, we have to put a name in, that's right.
Yep. Who should this hero be?
Yeah, who should the hero of our story be here?
Trump.
Trump?
Yep.
Very fine. Fine. We will name ourselves Trump. Perfect.
Let's stick it to YouTube algorithms.
This is the last thing I think I'd be seeing Trump's name in. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Only use letters, hyphens, and apostrophes.
Only use letters, hyphens, and apostrophes.
Yep. Nothing else. Hey! I see
an annoying... Going?
Oh no. This is already working. Okay, they are right. The Switch version is hard to read.
I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself.
The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since when we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Wow, okay, just don't even go try to wake her up or anything, just leave her.
Yeah, just let her be late for school.
Some friend you are, why are we supposed to support this guy?
Yeah, wait, if she keeps oversleeping, shouldn't she be kicked out of school eventually?
I guess. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Wow, you are such a jerk! Wrong. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Yeah, maybe. But only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me.
Stop ignoring me ignoring you!
That's mean, Mr. Trump. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. It's bad for my PR.
How would I explain that to Melania? Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Trump, have you decided on a club to join yet?
Sub? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
Eh, that's not true. You told me we would join a club this year.
Did I?
I'm sure it's possible that I did, but in one of our many conversations I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Okay, that's Trump saying that.
Just in his head, I guess. Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me. When I'm perfectly content getting by on the average. I just had a mini stroke, okay. When I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Hashtag relatable.
Yeah. Well, isn't this just a game and a game with anime art style, kind of?
I
Well,
guess.
not really, but
Pretty much. Well, I consider it to be more, I think it'd be more like a interactive light novel.
I guess.
I was talking about how I was worried that you wouldn't learn any. I was talking about how you were worried that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Like me. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
Not neat.
What does that stand for?
I actually have no idea.
I don't remember. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll look at a few clubs that makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me to try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind, at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Transition! Classroom! School days is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. She already wants me to check out some clubs. Golf clubs?
Diamonds.
I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in.
Well, privacy, Sayori. Can't you see me in here by myself?
I was studying.
Okay.
Hey, you want to trade me?
That's fine. It's weird because the text on this one is just really... Is there a way to change it from here?
You know, maybe. What about settings?
Nah, it's just the same text. It's just the same settings as before. That's fine. I can see it better now.
I honestly can't tell the difference between this and the real game.
Now the frame rate on that opening cutscene. That is where the difference is. Obviously.
Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought,
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
there is no way I'm going to your club.
Oh, meanie.
Fine. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever
Got there
aware.
by fraud.
Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she is the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Mom, please?
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I could bring in a new member.
You!
And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
You're trying to bribe me with food, woman.
Yeah.
Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sarah is really that much of an airhead, or she's just as cunning to have planned all of this. Fine, Newman. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Me. Let's go.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I always love that line.
And let that ill-gotten cupcake be forever on your head.
I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member.
The
Glance
new
around
victim
the
is here.
room. Hi, best girl.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Ah, Trump, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy.
Must be the cupcakes. All that sugar.
They're little special cupcakes.
Ah, I see.
And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things that get like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Natsuki. Why do I... Dang it, I did the thing that everyone always does.
What?
And say Natsuki instead of Natsuki. Ah, well.
Sounds like a car.
Natsuki?
Mm-hmm. No, that's Suki.
Yeah, that's Suzuki.
Yep.
Ah, well. It's nice to meet all of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? You're getting Monica.
Okay. That's right. It's great to see you again, Trump. She smiles sweetly. Ah, yes, that totally innocent pose.
Completely innocent pose.
Yep. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, among other things. Basically completely out of my league. And the longest, well, no, not longest hair in history of video games ever, but...
No. Goku would have something to say about that.
So, her having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Alright. Come sit down, Trump. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make you some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Apparently they were expecting this club to be a lot bigger than what it is. Considering
this seems like a pretty big waste of space.
All of their members can fit on one side of the classroom, leaving like 20 tables just nothing.
And do they not have anyone monitoring the situation?
No, apparently not. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Yes, you obviously needed to widen it.
I can see how they move the furniture around.
Yeah. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Uh-oh, you know what happens when we open the closet.
Ah!
Still feeling awkward, I take its seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly saunters back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white puffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one! Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Huh? I thought you technically did, Sayori. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us, before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I will at least enjoy the tea.
I'm glad.
She faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet. Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you didn't decide to start your own club? Wow, how come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Wrong.
Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something personally. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri nods in agreement. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. What happened to all the other members, I wonder?
Yes, it's very flop, but it's
The
hot.
cat is
It's so hot.
the cat is taking all of the AC
And
on
she's
his lap.
heating me up. This is just flop.
Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. You have a handful of cat hair.
Yes, all
From
the
the cat.
Newman flop.
I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah.
Do our best. Hello. Yeah. We don't need that. We don't need to knock the computer over. We don't need the computer at all, do we?
We'll do our best.
You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. But I still really don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Trump, what kind of things do you like to read?
The Declaration of Independence. Well, considering how I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself while half joking. Atsuji's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. If it means being close to you, of course. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep, uncomplicated fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, currently passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of them lately, or in a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or take me to another world, I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Yeah, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence.
That's right, I can just put on auto scroll.
Oh, you've been doing it manually?
Yeah, I've been doing it manually. I forgot I had
You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Problem is, auto kind of goes too fast.
Can't we adjust the speed?
Yeah, you're right. Stop it. Okay. That should be good. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Okay, why is it going so fast now? I made it lower. Oh, maybe it needs to go... Maybe it needs to go up?
Probably.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it!
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of our club. Isn't that right, Trump? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. hold on. There's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lost my train of thought. All four girls stared back at me with dejected eyes.
I'm sorry, I thought... Trump?
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy!
Siri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a minute.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess? Okay, everyone. Roll credits. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring into the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Trump, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey Trump, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sarah and I never walk home together anymore, because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
Transition! With that, two of us depart the club and rank our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth about the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Best Girl, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most out of my circumstances, and make sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh no, not this!
It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Anime. No, wait. Who are we going for?
I don't know, who should we go for?
Yuri.
Yes. Alright, Graveyard.
Pain.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. Dang it!
Who that make happy?
Sayori.
Oh, what? Why is Pain making her happy? Oh, wait. Okay.
Unending. Okay.
Okay.
Vitality. Existence. Doki Doki.
I think I would make Sayori happy. Intellectual.
I always like this theme. This is the one that I bass boosted.
Such a catchy soundtrack.
I know. Vertigo. Imagination. Kitty. Unrequited.
Not that one.
Dang it.
Yeah, that was definitely going to be Sayori.
Yeah. Infallible. Portrait?
Maybe. No. How about unstable?
Vivacious. Or tenacious. F.
About...
Effulgent.
Yeah, I guess that.
I don't know what that is. So.
Neither do I.
I don't know what an effulgent is. Kawaii. Mouse. Atone?
No. Maybe dark. No?
Contamination.
I think that would be Yuri then.
What, contamination?
Yeah.
Insight? Okay.
'Cause remember the one poem?
Yeah, you're right. Well, I think we've made her jump enough times. Okay, no.
I wonder who would get that one.
Gee, I don't know. Night Down? Climax? Okay. Socks. Ambient. Pink.
Journey?
Universe? Chocolate? Chocolate?
Horror?
Yeah. Okay, well, that was like 18 out of 20. Hi again, Trump. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I'll keep my word. Well, here we go again. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Trump. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you drive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
No, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join the club this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out, or what. Isn't that kind of what a club is?
I thought that's what the point was. Or is this just extra homework you assign yourself?
But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in her classroom. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Manga.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Yeah? Swiftly defeated, Natsuki flops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Trump always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is always so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Trump can become good friends too.
Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh! You even brought something today, didn't you? Wait, Sayori?
Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Sayori. I wasn't thinking.
Sayori. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Ray reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it, if you wanted.
Is that what they call it these days? This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read that at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monitor to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheerful conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Ah, crap.
I think she noticed me looking at it. I think that's new. Okay, I like her even more now for some reason. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Oh, sorry. I was just spacing out. I'm under this sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave to me, right?
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
I'm just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might even have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover, so it's the Eye of Sauron.
Yep. Alright. I just wanted to make sure that I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange.
You could say that life is strange. Oh. Wrong game.
She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter who she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
That sounds like an interesting game, actually.
Spin-off series?
That would be interesting. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came out of nowhere. She said she was reading a horror novel. Why would you expect it to not be?
Yeah.
Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Trump?
No, it's not like that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. Jeez, it's almost like I met her yesterday. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they can believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. And I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. I totally didn't drop my Joy-Con.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
Well, what are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book and I put it into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah?
Are you sure?
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and I start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking into her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then I hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose. So...
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in for a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of my book. That way I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips her side. Then holding it like this, or huddled together even closer than before, it's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Huh?
To turn the page?
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I was looking at the book, I promise. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it on her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she's also a second guesser. She also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But Trump, it's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her, right? It's so embarrassing when you think that.
Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
Are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone.
Hey.
I think it's time that we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. That'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know.
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote here in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. She cheated, she used the computer. She printed it on a piece of paper. She used Notepad. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, it should be the person that I wrote it for, right?
Yep.
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes light.
Exceptional.
Yeah? What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's not the only thing that's huge. This is actually my first time. Really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and therefore fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finishes her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but all comes with practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, or me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I love sharing my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Stupid cursive. I hate cursive. I can never understand what it is. But anyway, it's drink time. Ghost under the light. I can't tell if that word's like what, tendrils? The tendrils? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
I don't know. I prefer the lemon flavor.
All right. Back to the mic.
Yep. I'll clip back in.
Alright. Yep. I've already done this, so.
Well, they get a good long look at it.
Yeah. I already read it too, so.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
That's actually very appropriate. Considering we used that to take a short break and grab drinks.
Yeah. It's sentient.
Well, if there's any game that's sentient, it's this one.
True.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty, just like you.
Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad that you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Trump.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work.
Wow, you must not have any faith in me, Yuri, considering you said I glanced over it, but it took me a long time to read.
They usually do more than telling a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Huh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Trump.
Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? Scientific method.
Natsuki.
Trump, if you're not going to take this fun seriously, then go home. Well, what? Harsh? What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. It all starts somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better, anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Oh, this one. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can see. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. Hi. Hi. I have a visitor here, apparently. Hi, kitty. Hi. Hi.
The Newman can climb.
Okay, this is fine. Okay.
And perch.
Okay, this is fine. I'm in this position forever, apparently.
She looks so happy about it, too.
Yeah. There you go. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. What is this?
Nap time.
Yep, I know I'm a cat.
You saw how the struggle it was for me to get her off.
Oh, great. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I've decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring up the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what means to be a pro. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old anyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next?
Sayori.
Yeah.
This is a good poem, Trump. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. Okay. That's fine.
Are you staying nice and warm?
That's fine. I was just trying to get into a better position to sit. For information, I have a cat on me.
She just looks so happy about it. There's nowhere else in the room to sit.
She's also on the mic, too.
Of course.
Oh, no, wait. There we go. Okay, freedom.
Gentlemen, why?
Mic is free.
She's insulted you have touched her.
Sorry. Oh, you're touching me.
Just knew.
Bonk. Bonk.
Only Newman.
Of course. That's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I suppose you're right. But that's why I'm impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that I wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in this club room? Well, of course. I'm just not that into it yet. That doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Trump. But deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. And again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Trying to read the poem.
He's just getting more comfortable.
I can't get up to read the poem.
She's already got one paw tucked under.
No, it came out. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Newman, did you add an amendment to that?
Hey. Get breakfast.
Time to eat.
Sayori? This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit. You can't answer that just a little.
That's you.
You can't answer just a little bit. Is it yes or no?
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. Ow. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Specifically the last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Hey. Get that bacon. Make it crisp. Get the bacon crisp.
Get a sweet potato pie. Comes with two sides. Only $8.
Remember, Muriel, bacon. Crispy bacon. Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast.
True that.
Get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica, this was the best.
What was that? Oh, washing machine. Yeah. The next time I won't forget. Oh, wait. Dang, that was you.
Next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, since I have so many options.
Show it to Newman.
Okay.
Newman wrote a poem.
Meow meow, meow meow meow, meow meow.
Hi, Trump. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Yeah, I know you are. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyways, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Trump. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? I would like to see the screen, Newman. That's sort of barrier that we'll need to get past soon. Yeah, that's fine. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Trump. I was going in my head while reading it.
Roses are red. I've got lots of money. Let's go to bed. Come be my honey.
It's a mix of Johnny Bravo and Trump.
Yep.
I'm pretty. You're pretty. What do you say we go home and stare at each other? Oh no, my glasses! I can't be seen without my glasses! It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something this deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very nice. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, he likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when... Okay, you need to move.
Okay, I'm standing up.
You can sit here like this. I'm okay with this.
No, back.
Sorry, I offended you. I'm sorry.
He's off to claim new territories.
Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it, or just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and try and learn new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It can take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. This chick is crazy. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. my retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't right. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. You! It's very freeform, if that's what you want to call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of empathy recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
Epiphany.
Epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, that's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening! Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Yeah? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Trump did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet.
Yeah.
And Trump liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Huh? That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Trump appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as he showed up.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you!
I don't like you guys fighting.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Trump. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Trump.
Wait. There's a reason we have many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complete feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Trump?
Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be...
Yuri.
Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri?
Huh?
You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and becoming something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry.
Sink. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. Both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. And it'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem in her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki.
She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less than you.
Well, I believe you. Thanks, Trump. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of my club now.
It's nothing.
One more thing. That one thing that Suki said, you know, about I would never do anything so shameful. So...
What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind then. I'm going to go make some tea.
A good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly. I thought you were gone. Trump, what about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with my newfound determination.
Trump! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go.
Hee hee!
Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sierra and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Trump, it's nice that I get to spend time with you on the club. But I think I could see you get along with everyone is what made me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
Looks like Siri still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Okay, poetry.
Ah, yes, this again. Well, horror? Jump. Unrestrained?
Unending.
Yeah, that's better. Not graveyard. I know what happened last time I did that.
Rare.
Rare?
I don't even know who that would apply to.
I don't know. Frightening?
I don't remember what vivacious means. I think it has something to do with flowers.
Yeah. Vitality. Boing boing.
Philosophy.
Explode. Fine? Dang it. Inflammable. Passion.
Nah.
Dang it.
Entropy.
Entropy.
Precious. No.
This is not working.
Dang it.
Vertigo. Imagination. Imagination.
Contamination.
Okay, so we're getting it.
Existence?
Actually, no. Doki. Portrait?
Portrait was one, yeah.
See, Portrait of Markov is the book she's reading, so.
Eternity?
Oh, that works.
You know, I thought you could also go for Monica in this.
Maybe that's later. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Here we go again. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Trump!
Yo, Sari. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just not used to you being here in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you, anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
Oh? That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
What? Why, that, all of a sudden?
No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. And she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill out onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see it right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair. How did you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted to see an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. And there's one more thing. You're always hungry! And so that only leaves the one option.
I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty.
Aha.
Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? Didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Trump to let me borrow some money. I'll tell people he touched me. Don't get me involved like that, Sue. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. Haha. I really like when you're speaking your mind, Yuri. Doesn't get to happen much, but it's the fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the evolution. Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there?
What? Oh. Apparently you can just get rid of the text.
In case you want to enjoy the picture.
Hey, and it's a nice picture.
I think they had a better one up earlier.
Don't let her fool you. Sayori always knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come if I weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk.
Ah! Yeah! Oh! That was... Huh? A cookie?
Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retributions!
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked.
I was just gonna give it to you. Then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki! That's so nice of you! I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it! Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
It's so good. Mmm. I bit my tongue.
Man, you're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it?
Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers.
But yours is chocolate. Chocolate! Chocolate!
Yeah? Well, why do you think I gave you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Meow.
Mouthful Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Hanukkah, can you tell Sayori? Huh? Monica isn't in the classroom. Ugh. Where's Monica anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Oh. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. Probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
Huh? You don't think she has a... Ah, I wouldn't be so surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's not true.
Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're strong-willed.
Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind then. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes sense, though. That doesn't make sense. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica.
That's... Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will.
Yay! That sounds cool.
I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Trump. I know you won't. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share it once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Must have been a Burger King cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri.
Huh?
I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no. I was kind of just waiting for you.
If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea.
Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. I don't know why that popped into my head.
Not to mention, for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. We needed to know this, apparently.
I believe it was like Kachev's gun.
Yeah,
Can you hold this for a second?
sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this into the teacher's desk, and then we'll go have some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moved really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
Okay, I may as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri was going to go make some tea, so. I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Trump in club activities?
My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Then let's go, Trump.
Harry quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri?
Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I, I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Trump, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem to be in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
Ah. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say? Oh,
Yuri lifts her head.
Trump, I really feel like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri.
I like being friends with you too. Oh, there.
Anyway, I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway.
Ah, yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Trump, do you like oolong tea?
Ah, yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway.
Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much, okay?
You're always worrying about me, Trump. It's very endearing.
That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pull a cup of tea for each of us.
Trump, I have another request. But do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Yeah? Why is that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over my desk.
Ah, sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have a bad back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because my
Your posture, right?
Posture, yes.
Always hunched over like that while reading?
Yeah, that. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. Sayori, stay away from it. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll be good to go. I take it since it'll go good with the tea. Sayori and I sit against the wall. Ah yes, Sayuri. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume reading the same position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup?
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure that I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the waterfall around her has faded away. Waterfall world. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening up the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
Ah, that's okay. I won't take any.
Yeah, are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages.
Okay. That's only if you touch it. Apparently I can't smudge the page. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
You sure?
Of course.
Ah, there we go. Perfect. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it.
No. Huh?
Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Trump?
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
That's... Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right?
I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was.
Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation has gone totally tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. What?
Ah!
Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Trump, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken.
I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up a bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Let's see what... Oh, wait.
Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face.
Do
You like it?
Trump, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques we're practicing.
Maybe that's why you did a great job explaining. I really wanted to try to give it better imagery. Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know what Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah, just being appreciative like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as a wandering ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and safe. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Palverian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feel myself again.
See a new one? It was a story about the raccoon.
I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit more closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them.
How do you keep them to yourself?
Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Trump?
Well, yeah, I guess I do.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I probably would hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening, because there really aren't many people like you, Trump.
That's exaggerated a little bit.
It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my own writing. But now I feel almost like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're going to thank me for that.
It's nothing, really. Mary smiles sincerely. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Who should I show my poem to next?
Ooh! I like this one, Trump. It has some nice feelings in it.
Ah, I'm glad. Does this mean it's better than yesterday's?
Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both.
That's not very helpful, you know.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. And again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet.
Yeah, right. But you're always thinking of other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, let's see here. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I think things like that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad.
I can't see you liking something sad, Saori.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, and a sad poem helps you give the rain clouds a little hug, and make a nice happy rainbow.
Saori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
Is it? Maybe I'm just getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Trump. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside of my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in the bottles all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them up to each and every friend. Every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head.
Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. Yeah. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out so good, so you should be proud of it.
Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah! Writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. Huh? Well, what do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to sound like... It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you don't... It's going to sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Atsuki stops all of a sudden. Don't tell me! Huh? You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this kind of angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... I mean... Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve. Though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch! The this is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in the world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Hi again, chum. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to start with what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright! This one's good! It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe her. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's going on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that? You must be pretty into her. Huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down. I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait. Really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispered that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue.
An endless cacophony of meaningless noise.
Of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Lead me. That's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. It's kind of like playing with my space in the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as the physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, there's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You'll never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Haha. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everybody could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we could put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with the last-minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets so we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing?
Huh? Monica?
Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Huh? Well, I did. You really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys?
No, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remembering that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud in a room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun.
That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. You want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it takes us standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we could do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any argument left. Okay, fine. Guess I'll have to get it over with.
Alright.
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me, Yuri.
Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way!
Monica, this is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a bit more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. And then she stands behind the podium.
The title of this...
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is it she's simply just an natural? I glance around at me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recital. More of us applaud. Monica takes in a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden?
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glares at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting up so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when she gets absorbed into her book. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce, confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she conceded with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed in her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snacks back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her. We were caught off guard when we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay. I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys get it so easily?
Try not to think of it like you're reading to other... Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way.
I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's sincere and bittersweet. Serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. Wow. We've become tangled. That wasn't unplugged the whole time, was it?
Yeah. Come on.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, your charger was unplugged. I thought the mic was unplugged the whole time.
Oh, no. No. The mic's plugged in right
Yeah.
here.
Patrick, where did you get that lens cap? Oh, I left it right here on the camera so I wouldn't lose it.
Did you put that on after you were rolling?
No, right when we started. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori!
Even Trumps likes it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I didn't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone.
Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival yet.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki! Don't make me go before Trump. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Trump lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it.
Natsuki.
It's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. I'm sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? That's an interesting name for a poem. Because you're presenting? Anyway, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back her seat. That wasn't bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you can all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice for the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets and let me know ahead of time what you'll be citing. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up. Let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, I'll finish planning tomorrow, and we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this.
I feel great. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm and Sayori Monica. I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica, and I'll have to do my best. Ready to go?
Yay!
Look at you two. Always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Why am I such a big deal out of it?
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Trump. You don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have recently changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on her way home. Hey, Sayori?
Sorry, I was spacing out.
Ah, no wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. Like, how we get to...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of a question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Go game!
With Yuri! Yuri, run, go!
Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so...
Isn't she so beautiful and smart?
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
Ah, you admitted it!
Jeez. That's not even there's no point even speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you'll won't need me anymore, you know?
Need you? Sayori,
I never needed you.
I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
The conversation trails off and I'm still feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I just can't lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. And again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Alright, I guess we...
Yep, seems like a good stopping point.
Yeah, well, autosave. And we'll make our save point
Make
there.
sure we have a manual save.
Yeah, that's why we have a manual save. Yes, overwrite manual save. Yes, I will write the manual save.
Yep, you gotta do the Monster Hunter save multiple times.
There, I save stated. Wow, the autosave was an hour ago?
Wow.
Okay, Monica. Alright, well.
You know, that's one thing I have to say for the Switch. If the power goes out, your game doesn't stop.
You know, you're right. Good point. Uh-oh. I've angered the Newman.
I have lied dormant for 1,000 years.
Save us, buddy!
Well, see you guys.
See you guys for part 2.